visualize our sea here. It's windy, there's a storm coming in, conditions are lousy, it's going to rain. So what do you need to do when that happens? You need to go flying. So that's what I'm going to do. Going to take up the Eflite T28B, the yellow one, obviously. We're going to take her up and have a little bit of fun. Got my timer set for 5.5 minutes on my NX10. And we're going to do a real quick range test because haven't flown this plane with this transmitter yet. So always, anytime you're going to do a new battery or new radio, new transmitter, or if you just haven't done it in a while, or as a good practice, you always need to do a range test. You're only using up, you know, 15% of your battery, maybe, if that. So I'll get her down here to my designated spot, get back behind my little, okay, there's my square, so I'll give it an extra 5-6 feet. Get on your screen, hit your bar, go down to function list, go down to range test. You hit your bind button to simulate power loss, and then look at your model, look for movement. Yeah, okay, everything, make sure you take it back out of range test because then your timer's not working for you. So everything's good on that. Wind's starting to come in. As you can see, we got a cold front coming in here, and here we are in Florida, where I know you northerners are going to say, oh, don't be so wimpy. But we're going to be down to 50s tonight and 70 during the day. I know that sounds ideal, but for Floridians, that can be cold for us. So, but mainly it's just getting to be windy. So, but as you all have seen me fly this plane before, this thing does great in the wind. So let's take her up and have some fun. All right, right aileron, left aileron, up elevator, down elevator, right rudder, left rudder, and one nutty pilot. All right.
Time remaining 5 minutes.
Well, I think she'll do just fine on this transmitter. Just fine. A little bit of a knife edge here. Let's bring her back where we can actually see her. Okay. Now, those of you who watch my channel, several of y'all have asked me, well, why do you stand on the runway? Why do you fly around you? And the only reason that I do that is, number one, I only do it when I'm the only club member here and the only person flying. Okay, because you wouldn't want to, you know, be taking up space of the planes and all that. It's just not safe. The other thing is, the reason I fly around me is because it shortens the distance between me and the plane to where you can get the best possible, man. You can get the best possible distance between me, my camera, and the plane. Because you gotta understand, with a GoPro, there is no zoom. I mean, there's digital zoom you can do later, you know, with editing. But as far as you filming it, I can't take my hands off the controls in order to take a camera and zoom in. So I have to, the responsibility is to me at that point to just fly as close as I possibly can so that you can enjoy the flight. I'm running of course, everything on the plane is stock, but I'm running, as far as a battery, a 2200 4S Spectrum Smart LiPo. So, just so you're aware, man, that wind is really starting to rock her. Give you a nice pass there. Yeah. Do love this little plane. Yeah, I do love this. Wind's out of the east, so it's kind of down the runway. Kind of, not complete straight down the runway. But it's a good looking plane though. but these conditions are getting worse. But then again, you all know me, I don't ever seem to be able to fly in good conditions. So all right, good looking plane though. Fighting the wind to get turned around there. All right.
Time remaining 3 minutes.
Yeah. Little roll there. Okay, I'm completely out of the power. Dead stick landing. That wind just kept picking her up. Now let's see if I can get her maneuvered there. You know what? That was easier. Just to pick her up. Use that wind, that lift, and that tail. I just did hard. The wind was going over her, so I gave her hard up elevator and goosed it. And that wind going over that wing was just enough. I think my batteries. Yeah, that was, well, maybe not. Let's take, all right, we got this fancy avian stuff. Let's, receiver's got 5.2 volts. Everything's nice and cool. Oh, we're good. Oh, we're good. Now I'm just looking at all my readings, because this has a safe receiver or smart receiver in it, and it's got oh, I've still got 3/4 of a battery, and yeah, everything looks good. Oh, excuse me. I'll be honest, half this crap on here, I don't know what it means. It's like, gee, fat guy, that really helps us out a lot. We're trying to look to you for advice, and you don't even know what. I'm used to radios being simple. All this smart stuff, I gotta learn it. So we'll learn it together. How about that? All right, got 2.5. I'm used to taking a checker out of my pocket and checking the plane that way, checking there and taking the cap off, or the radio hatch off, and battery hatch, and checking the thing manually. That's what I'm used to. Boy, it's just so windy. Gosh, I really wasn't even going to be able to fly today, but I figured, well, I got about an hour's window before that rain starts again. And I think my window is shortening very quickly here. Yeah, I need to get out of here, folks. This is starting to get bad. Yeah. Yeah, the wind is just starting to get too. As you can see, I'm not even doing anything. That's the wind doing that to the plane. Yeah, see that? See the flag? But of course, that means I got to go up one more time. Well, I don't want to just power up a battery for nothing, you know. And yes, I know, smart batteries will discharge themselves. But I want to have a better landing than that. I know I shouldn't let pride dictate my actions, but all right, well, that's not the perfect tricycle gear. Really, on a tricycle landing, you want to let your mains touch down first and then let your nose settle, but I'll take that. And I'll take it by going up one more time. Got 1.5 minutes, by golly. By golly gum. Where'd that saying come from? By golly gum. Hard to see this plane now. That's just an aileron turn there though. That was a little bit better of an example of how you land a tricycle gear. Let them mains touch first, then let the nose settle in. All right, folks, well, I am going to call it quits. I still got 1 minute and 15 seconds on a 5.5 minute timer. So what's that, 4 minutes and 15 seconds, I guess? And that is the Eflite T28B Trojan. And what do you want to hear before you touch a model?
Motor off.
Motor off, that's right. Because you don't want to lop a finger off. And trust me, these little planes, some of them may not be powerful enough to lop your finger off, but they'll definitely cut it down to the bone. And the bigger planes, yeah, they'll take a finger off, a hand off, a wrist off, you know, so you need to respect these little things. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And folks, motor's off, but I got to ask y'all a question, okay? Is that not the ugliest pilot in history? I'm sorry. But it's like you look at his profile. He has no nose. Not really. I mean, God love him, but man, he's ugly. Folks, y'all have a good one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hug your loved ones. Bye-bye.